5:30, we call the meeting to order. Attendance is Ariel, Linda, and Wendy. That is a quorum. We have a guest.
Mike Rudolph, Lot 1. I have something in the area, in the
Okay.
patients did, so if you have questions.
Thank you. Mike?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then,
3454 Fox Hunt.
you guys got more to do, more to ask us on that?
No, but I sent you all a copy of the draft of the minutes earlier.
Yes.
Did everybody have a chance to look at them?
Yes, I did.
I have my own edit on one, because I didn't write down the time, so I was winging it.
Okay.
But when I would get pulled in here today, I remembered that the library was already closed. It was 7 o'clock, so my adjournment time is incorrect, so I'll
Okay.
edit that. Did you guys have any other edits?
I did not see any. Did you?
Did you have any?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Under the minutes that were approved,
Yes.
we also approved the January 7th minutes.
Add 1-7. Okay, I did it right from the agenda, so add
is
1-7
that right, or
were
am I-
approved.
I'm sorry.
We did 3 minute
We did
approval.
3
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, yes.
I
so the
literally
January
did it
7th
from the,
one.
so,
Then towards the end, where there's a motion on sending certain lots to Excella.
yeah, is there a 1 missing on that?
Wendy's misspelled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Excella, okay, typo on Wendy,
Hey,
okay, I'll take care of that, sorry. In fairness, I did it 30 seconds before I
No,
sent
that's
it to you guys,
fine.
okay.
And then
All
the
right.
other
No,
question that I
absolutely.
had on that same motion, I know that when we made the motion, there was like a stipulation as long as.
Yeah, as long as it meets the state statutes, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and
So
that
that's-
stipulation, so I didn't know if that had to be
Yeah.
in there or not, so that was,
No, well, that was just kind of clarifying to you guys that it won't go until it does actually meet those, but I can
Okay.
add that in if you
Oh,
like.
that's fine, I just.
Okay. I'll
that's
add
fine.
stipulation,
Yeah,
that's fine.
those are the only things I noticed.
All right. And then, moving forward, we're gonna, if we could start putting approved meeting minutes on the agenda, right? And then it's kind of, yeah,
Okay.
so like the next one will say approve, let's say March 3rd meeting minutes, and then the others that you would like to do at that time, okay?
Where do you want that to put?
It would
Is
fall
it-
under, call to order, establish quorum, approval of previous
Okay.
minutes, okay? Just so we're all copacetic, is everybody okay with that? All right.
And then-
All right, add meeting minutes, okay. So with that in vain, we're gonna do a motion and a second to approve the meeting with those edits. Okay, we'll put those edits in the motion, is that okay? Do you want?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right, perfect. And then all
All
in
in
favor?
favor.
Aye.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna borrow I'll hand this back to you when it's ARB time, okay? All right, secretary's report, okay.
All right, then, so the minutes, we usually consider that the secretary's report.
Okay, perfect.
So we'll get right-
Okay, yeah, all right,
Alright.
great. So if you want, we can put that in lieu of that, if that's
Yeah,
okay with
yeah.
you. All right, very nice.
Unless do you want more to add to your secretary position?
Not really.
Are you sure? You don't want to maybe read us the Constitution or something? Okay, all right. Yeah, and
Okay.
actually, can leave your format the way it is, and I'll just put minutes there, okay? Approval of minutes there, okay.
I don't care, the format, to me, this is just what they've had, I've just
It's
used, if
okay.
there's something different, I don't really
Yeah,
care.
it's
Whatever you have.
We'll tweak it a little bit. We don't want to change the whole thing.
I don't know, the last, Ariel, you changed the last one, I couldn't find it, I didn't have it. You redid the minutes, because I was out of town. For the last one.
agenda.
Not the agenda
Yeah.
last time, and I couldn't find it. So,
Oh, do you want that format?
I don't really care which format I
Oh,
use,
whatever you
it's
want.
up to you
I don't
guys.
If
I'm
you want, I
fine
can
with
send it
whatever.
to you, I probably have it buried in some here.
Yeah.
somewhere.
All right, so then we go to the treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report, so the financials were imported from Century into South Atlantic's website. It looks like all the accounts, all the homeowner accounts have been updated. They appear to be all accurate. Of course, that, falls on every homeowner to go ahead and make sure that their numbers are accurate. If not, provide proof. But everything is in order there. With regards to the financials, I just had it here. Now I lost the internet. So as of right now, we have about 5 different accounts, yes, 5 different accounts. We usually only had 3 in the past. One was the operating account, the other one was the reserve account, and the third one was the special assessment account. We now have an additional 2, but I went ahead and I queried BB on that today, and she said that because those were kind of set up during the transfer, once they do the reconciliation at the end of the month, then that'll all be cleaned up and we'll be back down to 3 accounts. So the operating, the reserve, and the special assessment. So right now, if you just want me to run through it, there's one account that's called Bank of California. There's a balance of $12,444.03. Another account with Bank of California, which is $5,851.39. Then there's an SSB operating account, which I'm assuming that's going to be our regular operating account. That's a balance of $13,803.97. There's a SSB reserve account with $7,447.18. And there's an SSB special assessment, which is $4,527.33. So I'm assuming those last 3 with SSB are going to be our regular ones.
Yes, because that's South State Bank. So yeah.
South State Bank, yeah. Okay, perfect. Then last month, we also approved a budget of $60 for the replacement of the for the repair of Saul's entrance sign. That came in slightly under budget at $51, and that invoice was approved. And the only other question that I had was in looking at the homeowner accounts, I don't see where it shows who still owes the special assessment. Is that something that you guys
What
have?
does the special assessment do?
So I was looking over the documents today, and it was approved on August 1st of 2020. Homeowners had 5 years to pay for it, so it comes due actually the last installment comes due in September this year.
So if you go to the screen that shows all the homeowners and their balances.
Yes.
And does it have if you go, patient stay close by, because he's in the back office, you know, I'm not, how good I am with that one.
So I can.
So, yeah, all homeowners. So how does he change the date on that? What you would do is you push it out past September. Does that make sense? To
Okay.
when it's due.
Okay, because
Does that
that's
make
something that
sense?
Century had also, and they had.
Right, you
Okay.
just have to change the date and refresh the date out, because it won't show until it's actually due.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll play with that later.
Yeah, so you understand what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
And then the only other question, one more question I had was
Oh,
I.
wait, and
Yes.
then the ones that may have probably prepaid it should have should show the credit also. They should probably have the
Okay.
credit on their account. Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
sorry, go ahead.
And then the other question that I had was, I asked BB this morning with regards to if we had access to a budget versus actuals report, and she replied, but I was trying to follow her instructions and I couldn't find it. She said, the income statement on the financial reports gives the budget versus actual numbers and shows variances for both current period and year to date, but I can't find that.
So I don't know if we haven't produced and or published our first set of financials for you yet.
Okay,
But when we do, it'll be on every single one of them.
okay,
It'll have
gotcha.
year-to-date budgeted, I call it a performance, is that what you,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
budget performance. It's just not ready yet.
Okay,
And how
But I
often
need
do
to
you
kind of
get
like
that
go
then?
through a cycle.
Yeah, how often is that?
Ideally monthly,
Monthly, okay.
but it's not gonna be like 30 days. It might go 38, 42, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, so.
Yeah,
And then oftentimes you guys, now that you're bringing everything into South State, it shouldn't create a delay, but if you had some of your reserve funds in like a money market or a CD or something with a different bank, that will oftentimes delay it. But monthly is the
Okay.
easy answer on that. And that's available to owners as well.
So I just have one question on the special assessment. We got the coupon books from Century, And that special assessment ran through to December,
Okay.
not September.
So we probably, that's a good point, because we probably need to, if people are using those coupon books, we need to let them know that that's not where they send the money.
Right.
So we need to do a report on who still owns it, and let them know where to
I had a
limit that
gentleman call me
money.
this weekend and asked me, he said, I haven't paid it, I don't know where to send it.
Yeah, very good, okay. So.
I said, well, you could, if you don't need to, just send it to him with a note that it's a
Yeah,
special assessment.
perfect. But, they might tear that thing out, and it'll just come back to them.
Yeah.
Okay. From Century. I'll ask accounting how they think that should be handled.
And then,
Maybe we send out a statement ahead of time to say, in replacement of Century coupon or something.
then the only, the last one I have,
Sure.
I'm checking my notes. So with regards to, with the accountant and the taxes, are
Year
are you
end?
guys, are you guys already sending him the documents or in touch with him?
Right, so you guys would have signed like an engagement letter previous to the end of the year. Do you remember doing that?
Actually, we signed
With-
it during,
with,
when we went to the office.
Oh, yeah, so you're
Yeah.
good. So
Okay.
then our accounting department just stays in touch with them, and they send over what they need, and they communicate with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but the easy answer is yes, we do.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's it,
If
that's all
there's
I have.
something we can't find, we might ask if maybe you have it, unlikely if it has to do with financials, but you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do that.
That's all I have for the treasurer.
Excellent, okay.
You good with his report, got it?
Yep.
Okay. President's report, not much. My things are just questions and checking on. Today, it's been since June. My note says July, but it can't be July. I can't remember when the storm was. But since Milton, we've had a utility pull down with a light on it.
Is it an
I called
FPL?
FPL
Yeah,
twice.
good luck.
For 3 times.
Yeah.
Today was, I think, 3rd time. And they didn't have a ticket. And Ariel has been calling them too, and then somebody else has been calling. I guess finally when I left the house to come to the meeting, they called and they asked me where Country Club Drive was. And I said, well, we don't have Country Club Drive, it's Country Walk Drive.
Right.
And so he said he was gonna send somebody out, so hopefully that will be taken care of, because, people are asking, it's been done.
Yeah,
The poll's down.
It's a
It's
squeaky
working.
wheel. So when you said a ticket, did you get a verbal ticket over the phone?
Yeah, I got a number, but then when I called
Yeah.
today, he doesn't have the number.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but
I was just gonna say, the city of Port Orange offers, it's called See Click Fix.
Yeah.
And that they reassign to FPL, and they have to notify you if they close the ticket or where it gets reassigned.
Well, it's funny, because when Ariel called today, they said the ticket was closed.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and they have to give a reason why. Like, if you create a See Click Fix account,
Yeah.
anything like that, I mean, literally any work order you can imagine that is on the city, you can
Yeah.
create one, and they have to give you a reason why it's closed out.
And it's
So
also,
we've
it's
done
also
them before
followed
for our
more.
sidewalks.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we've done that, but I thought, FPL.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So,
They
when you say
will
City of
reassign
Port
it to
Orange
them.
We
too?
have found with anything that has to do with the city or utility, if you do it on their portal online, it gets addressed much faster.
Okay,
And then there's a paper trail
And
too.
we can
instead of-
help you with that too.
okay. Well, we'll see what happens this week. 'Cause
Yeah.
then hopefully something's gonna
And we'll
happen.
send somebody out to look at it,
Yeah.
and then we'll start this process all over.
Yeah,
just-
probably.
yeah, It's
Um,
infuriating.
Just for us as the board, I got a call today from a resident, an ex-board member, and she said a resident contacted her, she said there's a tree down. It's 3440 something, I couldn't remember, it's on Gelding, it's the first house on Gelding, there's a tree down. And then Mr. Burnett was here, and he said, oh, you wanna do something? He said, yeah, so he was gonna chop it up, remember that?
Yeah.
And that, because that's gone, but that was what the person was telling me, that was the tree that was down and another tree behind it. I didn't see anything, but the homeowner called today, the old board member. So I went by there, I didn't see anything, I don't know what they're talking about, because to me, the palm tree that was there, I didn't see it.
It's gone. I mean, I walk my dog,
And you,
so.
so that first
They
house on
assumed
Galvin,
it
have you
was still
seen
there.
anything down there? I didn't either, but the homeowner called, and, I don't know, so, all right. So,
Maybe they can provide a picture.
Huh?
If they can provide a picture, then we know.
Yeah.
And, unless the board is just dying to do this all day long, I would suggest you say, well, can you let our management company know? Then we can verify where it is and we
And
will.
that's what I said, I was thinking of, because, I mean, this woman will call me all the time.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say next time.
Well,
call
she
the-
can keep, no, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say next time, call the management company.
You know where I was going with that, yeah.
You guys deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing is, I discussed the swale before, I think I don't have it on the agenda, but the swale that we talked about having a lawn company, because we're mowing around it, nothing has been done to it,
Nothing.
there's still stuff down.
Okay.
I went and took pictures again today.
Okay.
And also, I don't know, can we contact Spectrum, because they got a box back there?
Yeah, we'll let them know. Can you give me a location on
Yeah,
that?
what's this address? That one that's,
That is, I'll tell you.
she's
right
across
now.
from you, yeah.
FPL, or Spectrum box down.
That
So,
is
you know,
right-
they'll be right out to fix that box when your contract's up for renewal. I can assure
We
you
don't have a
that.
contract with
Yeah,
them.
well then,
Yeah, but our HOA doesn't have a contract with
well,
them.
then we'll
That's-
be waiting.
Yes,
That is right behind 3453 Country Walk.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. I'll call Spectrum, but
yeah. But all I mean, do we get an estimate for them to pick up the branches that are down
yeah,
there?
we'll
or
see if
should they be doing
it's
that?
within their scope, and if not, I'll ask them to give me a price on it.
I mean, I think this one tree, if we were to that one, that was actually big enough and somebody did do some cutting.
Yeah,
But the other ones that are there, they should be picking up, like
agree, yeah,
that one, they should be picking up when they mow.
yeah,
But I understand the other one, that's the bigger one,
yeah, might need a,
that
Okay.
needs, so then the rest of it is on the agenda. So I'm good with country.
I have a question I want to ask before, because I'll forget.
You're up.
There was a gentleman that came to the last meeting, and he was talking about some lights that were across from him, and he emailed me, but I couldn't find it, and he also told me the address, which was the incorrect address. Do any of you know just that gentleman's name, and I will contact
It's
him?
the national
Mr.
outfit. It's
Mr.
the
Sam.
next-
Say it again.
I think I'm pronouncing it right. Sem.
Do you know how to spell it?
Oh, yeah.
Because he might have been in the general,
SENF.
SENF, okay,
F,
I need to
two
get a
Fs.
hold of him, because we need to
Two Fs.
confirm that address, because it's not where he thought it
SENFF, I
was.
think.
Okay, I'll find him,
3448
thank you, all
Country
right.
Man.
I have his phone number.
I do too, I just didn't have his name, that's okay. Thank you.
Byron.
Yeah, oh, Byron, all right, thank you. Okay,
3448 Country Manor.
okay.
All right. And manager's report?
Manager's report on here, I kind of do that as we go along, if that's, I don't really have anything prepared, so.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
We're good. Well, we cover everything anyways. Yeah. All right, then we have our ARB.
Oh, sorry.
I have,
So this is the 3438, there's 3 copies there. She, I called her and emailed her over the
That's the
weekend.
original.
We do not have a shingle sample.
Is that the shingle sample you had dropped off to you?
yep.
Perfect,
So
awesome.
we're gonna write on here, yes, or yay or nay. Okay, yeah, she dropped, we
Oh,
really dropped it.
Oh, patience, you'll have, she sent me the whole shingle.
Yeah.
I cut a piece off, I said, we really only need the brochure. It's not like paint.
So along those lines, is it really case by case, or are you finding yourself that the shingles have to be in the gray or the browns or the, you know, have you ever considered having a color guide for them so that they don't have to do the sample on shingles, I'm saying, just
Yeah.
shingles?
Not really, I don't think, for
Okay,
the
prefer to
shingles.
see it,
If it's on the brochure, I mean, most of the time,
yeah,
I don't think we've ever
denied a
denied a
shingle,
roof or
yeah,
shingle.
yeah,
So long as we just have a brochure that they can send
Right.
in, and most of them have it.
yeah,
And
yeah, it's
that
not
if
a
and
problem.
that if it's photocopied isn't as bad as paint. So we can accept that on a roof,
Yeah,
but,
that's a good point, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask, okay.
so, I don't know. I mean, do you guys agree with that? Yeah. So, all right, so I got a copy of that too, I guess.
You have the original, because you've been signing, right? And then there's 2 copies.
Which one?
It doesn't matter, both of them were printed off of an email.
All right, so this is the roof color, guys? You okay with that?
Yep.
And actually, there's different, this panel is different than that panel, but they have all the colors in it. All right, so we can approve that one. So I don't need this one. I can put it through one here.
Right, that was,
Do you
you got the
have-
next one, honey?
Do you need this one from, it's a paint one that was sent to me?
Which is it?
34, 32 Country Walk?
Yes, that is the one I did not have a copy of.
But that's the third one on the list, right? So
Okay.
let's
No,
go.
just you need,
So
Sorry.
that was approved.
Do you want this or do you
they,
want me to
they
pass
need,
it?
they need.
We get the signed one. LPD's doing.
Okay, the next one
You want this
is 3431 Spring Oak. Yeah,
Sure.
here's that, so.
You want it, it's pretty self-explanatory, right?
I don't, we don't have that
Blowing
one, right?
heat or air?
Oh, really pretty color.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, it's another Sandy. Okay. Sandy Boone. You know what? Is she the one who said, I said not to drop it off? I said she could, but I said if you're gonna mail it
She's-
with your thing, you might as well bring it.
Yeah, I believe she's the one that, she went all the way to Orlando and had to change her paint colors because they didn't have more than one copy of her paint color. But the last page of that packet, I think, is the photo copy of what she was originally gonna use, but they just didn't have more copies.
Yeah.
So she changed the color to that so that she could get a bunch of copies together. Yep, that's her letter.
That's it. Those are two blue.
Yeah, so,
So good that she changed her anyways. Exterior, tinsel, and the garage door. So on here, they're not changed. We have to change.
so I think that was the last page is the original colors that she had. It was like Dalton something. So I don't know if we want to make because these are the most updated. She dropped off
Yeah.
at
So
our
we can,
office on
so we
we
Friday.
can change them on there.
These
Yeah.
are the colors?
Yes.
Yes.
those
Okay,
are what she- yeah.
I'm sorry, I was getting confused.
No, that's
Yeah,
okay.
So
She-
we want to put exterior.
Yes.
With like a, yeah, I don't know if we want to put a note at the bottom where the signature is approved as the two colors that she had drawn, the new samples.
Well, we're gonna write in the colors.
Right, like stingent on, yeah, approval stingent on those.
Right. Contingent.
We will continue, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's,
you know what I'm doing.
so,
One of them, those days, you know?
so this one we're tabling until next meeting, right?
Why, you guys agree with those colors?
No, I just wanna do it in order.
Yeah.
These colors.
Yeah, with these, yeah.
All right.
Drop off late.
So
Okay, we're
approved.
gonna ask them to do it.
I just don't want to lose copies.
Can we attach one of these?
Yes.
Just so we know?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One additional one, just in case.
Let's chunk them with a tile. Do you keep copies of them?
Do you want this one?
I used to years ago. But do you guys scan them? Like,
We put them in their owner file, physical file.
okay,
The original application gets scanned in, but that is gonna go into their owner file.
so if they end up painting. or
Yeah, we
something,
can pull it.
Okay, yeah. I used to say them because
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was being done. I don't think that was being done.
So, we put that there.
What's the next one? That's the one she tried to skip to.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Did you have this too, or no, it's just me?
No, I did not. The next one, the 3432, I did
It's
not have a
yours.
copy of that.
You have it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys don't have a copy of the, I didn't give you a copy of that, what do you call
Got
it?
the answer on this one, right?
This is 3432 Country Walk. She wants to paint the body of the house shark skin, is the first one. And then the front door and garage door is gonna be the gray heron on the other side, or the other paper.
Okay. This is, that was a camera.
This is an old ARB too. And we'll put the color sample with that too, so pass this, because this is what came out at the color
That's a
sample.
yes,
did not-
Linda?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you put this on the bottom of that?
Mhm.
Okay. So that was a yes.
3450. Thank you. Okay, this is 3450. Country Walk, this is the first portion, paint. Do it one at a time.
That's original.
One original.
That's original.
So I did tell you about they only need 3, right?
The phone is, interior,
Because the form reads 5, so.
But it would be good for the belt and little dominant, you know.
position, is by
Right,
you?
run into Betty.
Is by you? No? Anybody have a question on the color? Approved?
Well, I do have one question. There's no trim or anything, it's, the whole house is just gonna be.
I think there's brick on the house,
Oh, okay.
so then that would, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't paint that blue. Good lord. Second portion of the same address, this is roof. Thank you.
Is this the one that he
Ariel has to
approving?
sign.
Oh,
Sorry, Ariel.
No, no worries.
this is an after the fact, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, forgiveness one.
Did we get one for the beverage?
Are the color's the same, right? Either that rust color or the reddish? Yeah.
Yep.
Is it this one?
Yep. Is it all good? Another one.
Yep.
Country Walk. Unless you know what to do.
Fence, tree removal, and mailbox.
Please.
And I included your.
Russian.
In there. I included it.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
okay.
Oh, the gentleman that sent me the pictures, right?
Yes, yeah, I included all of those.
I have 33, 34, 33.
I'm sorry, yes, we,
No, let's do,
Thirty-
we're gonna go in order, right? 3497, is this?
yeah,
it?
34.
Oh, we did
Let's do that one
97,
first. This is a fence,
Fence, tree
tree
removal.
removal and mailbox.
Oh, okay, I just checked the
The
wrong
owner is
one.
here with us.
I checked the wrong one off, so we did two for that number.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, I see what you did, thought it was two addresses.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's the one. Is that it there?
Oh, no.
How would an elevator company be calling me?
At 6 o'clock. See if they leave a message.
There was a fence here already?
So again,
No fence? Oh, the pool enclosure.
Nothing.
No.
Completely open.
Alright.
That's,
Are you the first one coming in on the left?
Yes. Yes, on the right.
Oh,
on the right.
so it's,
Yours is over? Oh, okay. You're on the right, okay. Wrong side of the street.
Sorry? Which meeting? 10 a.m.
Not sure what, or there's a couple of trees here. Which tree is?
The one that's covered with moss.
Yeah,
Oh.
the unsightly one.
I'm sorry, the one that's dead.
Yeah, not the good one.
So like,
Not the good one, Linda. The one
That's
next
the
to
little, yeah, it's the one in the foreground?
Yeah.
The little one?
right, yeah.
I believe it's dead,
Yeah.
but I took all the moss off.
That
the
tree is
micro
dead.
back, But
Yeah.
I think it's
But I'm
dead.
just thinking, with that size, is that something that is required? Isn't it 8 inches or,
The permit to remove it?
I think it's 8 inches.
What kind of a tree is it?
It looks like an oak tree and it's not 8 inches, I don't think, but it could possibly be.
So I thought that was something, he finds all that stuff. But I don't think.
It looks pretty small.
I mean, that's something you could bring up.
Doesn't it start with a P? If it starts with a P, you don't need a permit.
Really?
Yeah, palm, what's the other one? Palm, pine, and palmetto?
I never thought of that one.
I mean, seriously,
palm.
What?
if it starts with a P, you don't need a permit. I think I'm kidding.
I've never heard that.
That's kind of a rule of thumb. Without the approval.
How big is the trunk?
About 6
About
inches
What you're
around?
doing, yeah.
Yeah,
About like that?
6
I
inches
think.
around?
I mean, I didn't really measure, but.
So, for us, I don't know about the city, but for us, if it's less, okay, let me put it this way. So the removal of trees, our rule is no trees of at least 6 inches in diameter at 1 foot above the natural grade can be cut or removed without approval of the ARB. So in other words, if it's less than 6 inches at 1 foot above the grade, then you don't need approval from us.
So just say
And
yes
at
to
that point,
It's
it's
gonna blow
small.
over one of these days
Right.
anyhow.
Are you
He's just
having a
doing the
tree
right
company
thing.
do it?
Oh, he's gonna do it.
I'll probably just
Yeah.
knock it out.
So all I'm saying
could do
is, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
technically.
And we can approve it, but for something like that, I don't know. That's why I'm like, look at.
Right.
Just figure that out.
Yeah, did
Well,
the
we're
right, you
glad
did the right thing.
You did the right thing. But yeah, I'm thinking it's, any questions?
No.
No? All right, I'll approve. Where are you moving, where did you move from?
I actually live here. I live beachside. My brother's coming in from North Carolina. He's gonna live
He's gonna live there? Cool.
I'm Ariel, by the way.
there. But thank you very much, everyone. I'll just scoot out.
Thank you for sending
for
them.
coming by.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
all right. Thanks.
Nice scratch up here, guys.
All I meant to say by
That
that
ERB,
is
he
technically,
sent to me at 11 o'clock at night.
we don't even
He's got to let
need
it
to say
keep going.
yes or
So no
no.
on that one, yeah, but the rest is attached to the,
I want to make them mad.
Right,
So-
right.
but yeah, but that, I was like,
Now, the city, I don't know, that's a different
Yeah.
story.
but at that point,
Ready
put
for
it out, you've got branches bigger than that out by the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Linda, I think this is the one that you're asking me, 3433?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yes, I don't have any pictures or anything, I just have the.
Here, it's one for you guys. Did you send it to you too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this is the same one you have, but that's Patience's copy.
It's the same thing, but it's just.
Okay. What kind of tree is it?
It is, a cabbage palm tree,
That palm
and a Norfolk pine.
Fine.
He
Just don't need a
has,
permit if it starts with a P.
it's in, you guys, it's 34, 33. If you're going out towards country, or towards George Hecker, it's on your right. It's got that basin of trees and the fir trees. They called and said they wanted to save the trees. And they asked for, I gave them the guy I use to trim my trees, and he came to trim my trees. And they just wanted to save those, because they're growing up in between, and they wanted to save those pine trees. And these are cutting the pine trees
Right.
off. I don't know, they're not pine, whatever the, New York, they're pine trees.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, I actually spoke with them, because I was there. And, yeah, so they've got those pine trees, and they have the palm, which is kind of growing in between. And then they had, what was the other one? So they want to keep the palms.
Right,
said.
just the
No,
one.
remove a Cabbage Patch palm in
They
front
want,
yard.
I'm
obstructing
sorry, they
the
want to
north-
keep the pines, I'm
the
sorry.
pines.
They want to keep the pines, they want to get rid of that palm that's
That's harming
growing.
them.
Yeah, and they want to remove the sycamore.
Yeah, there's a sycamore tree. And,
They said they wanted to keep it.
and I asked them to get something from the tree company, but they don't have an arborist on staff, I believe, Don's Tree Service. So, but he said it is, you know, they just want to save the trees in front yard.
Yeah,
So, any,
sounds good.
good, bad,
Sounds good to me.
okay.
Usually everybody wants to rip them down.
Yeah.
Well, he wants to save the one, but the ones that are causing the problem, they
Right.
want to.
And I did tell him to double check with the city, or make sure that they got a permit. He said that
They will.
the company would get a permit.
Yeah.
I said, well, just double check, make sure the company does do it, because some companies, they say they won't, then they don't.
So, I haven't had to cut down the trees, I just have to trim my palms, that's all.
Do you have 3448s? We do not.
No,
Country Manor. I don't have that tree removal.
No, we don't have it. Are you not 3448, are you? So,
Big pile of paint chips.
okay. We don't have 3448, so we need to contact them. Because they obviously, it's on the agenda.
This one is 34.
Oh, that's 3440, oh, Galveston, okay.
Yep.
Galveston. Shutter replacement, we'll have to get a hold of these people. See if they-
that's an after effect.
Here we are. Oh, is it an after effect?
I
Uh,
didn't say that they have a picture.
This is an after,
No.
the shutter's an after
Yes.
effect, or the one we don't
Shutter.
have one? Okay. Here we
The
go.
3448 is the same gentleman that you were asking, that mentioned about the lights at the
Oh,
last
yeah.
meeting. It's the same.
And he's doing what? Tree removal. I'll call him. I'll call him.
Yeah, Country Manor, right, not Country Manor.
Is that the tree behind the house that,
I don't know.
no, because that wouldn't be where he lives. I don't think wait.
We've moved on to
They're
the
pretty, they
shutters.
match the fence.
Shutters, yeah, they're
They're
very
already
nice,
on.
actually, yeah.
So are we going to approve them or not? I mean, they match the fence. Okay?
I'm smiling. It's up to them.
They match the fence.
Would have been nice if they had asked before they
For
put
the-
them up,
yeah.
but.
That's why I'm smiling, because the pictures of the
They're already on the house.
Right.
the ones that are already on the
Yeah,
house.
interesting, I'll include that.
Well, moving forward, if someone else did, they can't say, well, he did it without one, I can say, yeah, he has one, so,
Yeah.
nothing else. We're gonna get him trained.
Yeah, I'm
You
good,
okay?
I'm
You
good, because it looks very
Yes.
nice.
I like that it matches the fence. It
Yes.
does look pretty, but.
Yes.
Take
It's
off.
the
So-
tornado
What's
again.
the next one?
Yeah.
Is this the last one?
Yep. Window replacement. And then this one.
Yeah.
This one's a hefty packet.
There's only 3 of them here?
Yep.
Okay. I always tell them the more information, the better. Ariel needs to sign.
I'm gonna give you this one. It was that lady that, she got the paint, we approved it, we signed it. She came to the last meeting with the
Oh,
baby.
yes, I did.
You know what
And
that
she
is?
went and she switched the color.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is Lisa Mitchell. And I just handed out window replacement packets. That's a yes.
We're replacing all of them?
This is on Saddleback.
Yes. Dining room, two in the kitchen. In the office. Is there what they are?
The corner house,
Is it what?
the one on the corner.
First one on the right. I think it's first, yeah. I think it's
I
first.
think those already been done.
Let me double check. Was it 3-4?
What are we doing?
Possibly.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
one
that
on-
first one on the right.
Was it color?
Was?
Yeah, color in.
Yep.
Yeah.
She ran out of windows. Thought I saw windows.
That's her
going.
money.
Okay.
To me, it's fair. She wants to replace them. I don't see a problem with them. They're gonna be, I hope, if it's what it's, because it doesn't really even say what they're gonna replace them with. I guess we gotta read the whole thing. I see the
They're-
pictures of the white.
Yeah,
Double hung.
so these are the shapes and the frames. So you've got a half circle white. You've got,
We got the double hung one.
single hung white, a single hung white, single hung white, single hung white,
Another single hung white, and
single
then one
hung,
sliding.
sliding window.
Yeah. Those are the pictures, so.
Yep.
you know. All right, any questions, Wendy, anything? No, you're good?
Yeah.
Approved?
Yes.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay, we're gonna put on a last minute one, if that's okay with the board. When are the ballots going out? They have been sent. You shall too, right? Sent. Let's wait till we get this back. All right, we have a homeowner here from 3454 Fox Hunt. It's a paint house, I mean, that's got the. Here's your copy.
Pretty
Where's
colors.
the British one? Where's the British
Front and
one?
garage door, the face one, and the house. For the house,
Aren't they pretty?
the doors.
Oh, you gave her
I gave
yours,
her.
thank you. That's a yes.
You got, oh, you got them?
Yeah, I gave everybody a set.
Any questions on the colors?
Really nice.
They're nice colors.
Very nice.
Are you an artiste?
No, actually, the classic white matches very closely to what's there already. But since we have to get a section restucco because of electrical work we had to have done, we wanted to do it all. And the white brickwork that's in the front of the house is staying the way it is, we're not touching that. We're just doing the stucco, all the stucco will get repainted. And then the soffit that just got installed when you guys approved the roof has to get painted. And then, what is the other one? Oh, they offered to do the door in the garage right here.
Yeah,
And that alabaster matches very closely to what it is right now.
very pretty.
The downing stone is the only new color, but we do the darker roof.
Pretty.
So,
That's good.
This makes it so much easier. Maybe before with the scanned copies, it'd be
Yeah.
like
well,
10 minutes just trying to figure out,
Right.
it's like, which
Well, your
shade is
copy's
it?
different than my copy, and this is.
Right,
really
right.
nice.
This has been great.
You're good.
Yeah, we're good. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you. Right.
So-
Agenda back.
Quick question, right?
Mhm.
So, like, the ones that we've had issues where they don't submit the ARB and they're doing it after the fact, how many times do you let that happen?
I say
Until
one.
we
Well, let's talk about that. So the one was a roof. So I called the guy and he said, well, it got damaged in the storm and it was insurance. I'm putting the exact same roof on. I didn't even know I had to. Well, now you know, right? When's he gonna get another roof,
Right.
right? So I said, anytime you do any work on your exterior, you have to have an ARB. If that gentleman does more work and he doesn't do an ARB, then we get a little bit fiercer with him. But I mean, that, he was just relieved to be getting his roof fit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In my opinion, a gutter repair, I would rather my neighbor, you know, I mean, I know it's work on the outside and he might have been altering it a little bit, but they were kind of like, oh, okay, you know.
Between
We
you and
weren't
me,
adding gutters,
between you and me,
Right.
it wasn't a repair.
okay.
It was a full takedown of the old one
And replacement,
and
okay.
reinstallment.
Gotcha.
So,
But he
And-
wasn't adding gutters where there weren't, so we just have to, it's an education, and that's why we kind of started with that message today, and we're gonna kind of start going, hey, guys,
Yeah.
we've been saying this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if we give them some notice and say,
Right.
hey, look at, the next time there's gonna be a
Right.
fine, and I think,
Right.
like you said last time, we can look
Or
at.
you can really consider, if we keep telling them and say, hey, moving forward, if you do start work without an ARB and we call you, unless it stops, we're gonna find you every day until we get that form.
Yeah,
You can consider that. You just have to decide how,
do you guys keep track of how many times they've done something without an ARB?
no, because it doesn't happen in our world that often. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, that would, can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, it would only be like a notice. Like
Yeah.
if we were actually.
Yeah, if we put it in a violation, that we could track it that way. You know
There's
what
a
I'm
couple
saying?
we could put on there.
So here, let me
Like,
say,
that
for
frequent
example,
flyers.
you know, there was, last month, there was a property that took down a tree without an ARB. And they got a notice. And today they were putting up a roof without an ARB.
so here's, so moving forward, I mean, you probably got slipped under the radar on that one. Or we say, hey, listen, we told you last month when you took down did anyone tell them you should have had an ARB for that? Did it was it before us?
No,
Did
you
you see that? I got a hold
for
of
the
it?
tree,
Yeah.
for the tree you guys sent. in,
Okay.
you know, it's-
So then I call them, I say, we told you any work needs an ARB. You either get one in, or we're gonna suggest you get fined every day until we receive it. If that's what you wanna do, we can do that.
I mean, you need to come up with something. I mean, you sent out that blast today that they need the
That
ARB.
what we're
Can
doing is
we
we're
add
trying to
that
like,
and say next
yeah,
time you
we're
go-
planning
yeah.
on really rolling those
Right.
out, right? We wanna keep, so they're like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, you did, because we send it out every week. You
Yeah.
know, we wanna bombard them with it. Because since we've done this with you guys, it's flagrant. I mean, it's just flying all over the place in your neighborhood. We're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Right? So doing it has to have some harm, it has to hurt.
Which, I mean, I get what you're saying. You're right. You know, you want to give
Yeah.
the warning. But from our perspective, you know, you guys come on now in January, but from our perspective, it's over the years, it's
Yeah.
always been, you need an ARB, you need an ARB. So to us, it's
old.
not, yeah, it's not
It shouldn't
new,
be,
it's
yeah.
not something new.
So why are
Everybody
they
knows
doing it? Then why are
Because
they
they were
doing
getting
it?
away with it, because Century wasn't
Well, that's what I'm
doing it.
saying, so let's not
Yeah.
let them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
But just so you know where we're
Yeah,
coming from, it's
I
like.
totally understand that, but I want you guys to think about something right now. So, the latest and we're just talking now, right? So the latest legislation that came out effective July 1st was very owner-friendly, right? And that was a result of some associations that get a little carried away, you know. So, my point being is that the state and everybody is very owner-friendly right now. So if somebody wanted to take it, as far as they wanted to take it, without giving anybody any ideas, they would prevail. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's unfortunate, and that'll turn. That too should shift. And sometimes it's looked at like, why are you preventing these people from doing doing improvements or keeping their house up as your documents require, right? So that's why that gutter is a little bit of a slippery slope. I understand, I get it, trust me, we do this 50, 60 hours a
Right.
week, so we get it. But, so, just keep that in mind, is all I'm saying, do you know what I mean? Because I've been in 2, 3, 4 attorney meetings recently, and the owner has always prevailed.
Yeah.
Whether it was right or wrong.
And that's why.
Well, here we are, where do you want me to sign it? Here it is.
Well,
you
that's
know.
why the owner prevailed with that, like, for the
100%.
collections, because we went to court, they went to court, and then everything, we only got our dues, and then
Yeah.
everything else, we had, you know,
Right.
it was,
It's
We get
owner
it.
friendly,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So,
so, all right.
I know it's frustrating, but we gotta kind of like, so hey, we're reminding you, we're not gonna let it go, we're gonna stay on it.
Because
So.
this is the one we talked about with the low fence, and it was denied, and then she sent me an email and asking me, and then I think she sent it to, I'm not sure if you were patients or not, it was over on Saddleback. So Century said, okay, just send the ARB in, but we denied it, and then they told them, okay, you're good.
Yeah, so what do we do about that? I said, send me the documentation you received.
Yeah.
So you know what? She has been told she is okay.
So this is my mindset.
Yeah.
So she has been told that it was okay, but was she told that her fence was okay? Or was she told, oh, you submitted an ARB because she had a violation for not submitting an ARB, so now your violation for not submitting an ARB is okay because you've complied with submitting the paperwork?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
That's the
That's
way
the way
I'm looking at it.
Because once she submitted the ARB.
How long is that fence, so the fence, she installed a fence that's too short?
Yeah, it's.
How long has it been in there?
This was November that she sent this. So November, we noticed it, probably November, I think. Or probably October.
Do you guys sign it if it's denied?
Yeah, denied and it's signed.
But you do sign it if it's denied?
Yeah, so we all sign it and it says denied. And the fence height didn't meet maximum.
Yeah. Never seen that. Might want to reconsider signing it if it's denied, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, let me work on that one.
Okay, do you want this?
Yes, please.
I don't
I
have another
just think
copy of
we're-
that, that's the
yeah.
original.
You are good to go. Good to, so, I know,
No, it's like-
I know.
You're good because you submitted it, but then once we went to the meeting, and I'm not sure what the date that she submitted it on.
12-2.
12/2 was our meeting.
Oh, I see what you're saying. 11-13.
That was our Zoom meeting.
At the end of the side porch horizontal panel, so it's not a complete perimeter.
No, it's just a bare, it's
Oh,
just,
okay, thank God for that.
no, it's just a little piece that goes right in front of like a patio.
Okay.
Because it looks over on the Sal's Road, so I think
I
that's,
see.
you know. All right, so next on the
I need
agenda,
now. Okay.
we had violations. Is that
Actually,
okay?
to her point, because our documents required 3 signatures, but to Jill's point, it says all approvals of plans or specifications
Okay.
require 3 signatures.
They're not,
So
if it's not, if not approved, don't sign them.
Okay,
that's good to know.
okay. I'm signing.
Violations, are we kind of touching on that now?
Yeah,
Wanna
the
deal
ones
with
that, like
Okay.
that, and then I still want to give you this.
Listen, we have sent out and got some pretty choice phone calls from your community on some violations, yeah.
I'm sure you
Not
have.
happy people.
And they're unhappy because they got to file.
That's right,
And I'm sure the one guy with the concrete table was one of them.
yeah. It's with her today. Concrete table's been moved.
Yeah.
Okay. But just let us get rolling on that.
This is the, more stuff has been added out front.
Okay.
There's construction debris out
Okay.
front, there's a
Fair
ladder.
enough. I took care of it.
I couldn't get pictures of, there's pictures of toys in the gutter.
No problem.
And all that.
I'll take care of it.
No, this is another one.
Just don't say the address because it's not on the agenda. Okay, all right.
And then, so have you guys done a visit yet, or just?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
well, Patience and Carrie are driving by tomorrow also,
Okay.
so, but yeah, because we sent out our first set.
Yeah. So, I
They'll be
mean,
back tomorrow.
it's
I
fine.
mean, with that said, there have there have been some violations that have been
Corrected.
fixed.
Oh, yeah.
Corrected, so, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't
Yeah.
we don't care. You can call and yell at us all you want. I don't care. We don't care.
There's one of them, it was 3459 Saddleback. I gave you the wrong address. It was the Cover Queen or whatever.
Yeah.
It
Didn't
was
give me
next
the
one-
wrong
It
address.
was the next one over that
Yeah.
didn't have an ARB on the roof.
Yeah. But I think that was insurance guy, wasn't
Yeah.
it? He said, and that was it, finally got his insurance check, and it's the same roof, and
Yeah,
that one I kinda had a little empathy for.
yeah.
Just because, I do a lot of all this insurance delay, when they finally get it, they've been living that way for so long, so. Anyhow, all right.
Okay.
Collections, liens, did you wanna talk
collections and
anything
liens.
more about that?
The three, was it three we sent, or was it the two? That was
Three.
in the minutes.
Three.
So it was, are we talking about from last month?
Yes,
Well, we
So
said that, and then
it
we
was-
said we wanted to discuss possibly how we want to wait
Right.
for.
Right, so last month, we decided on, well, it was three, but one was with the foreclosure, which we said that Excella can,
I
couldn't
can't,
take.
I don't think they could take it, right?
But then there were the other two, one had been filed, the lien in Seminole County.
Yeah, and one was, I think.
And then the other one owed like 400 and something. And you mentioned that you were gonna check with Excel about the one from
Yeah.
Seminole
Do
County?
you check with BB on that? I didn't get an answer back on that. I don't know the answer yet.
Okay,
Those are excellent questions for accounting anyhow. Do you know what I
okay,
mean? Because they,
Let me see if I- yes.
okay,
you can email any day of the week that.
okay.
Okay.
So, but those haven't gone to Excel
I
then yet?
don't know the answer to that either.
Okay,
They may have. So all day long I get, can these go, and unless I recognize the name and I've been, I know this, I'm like, yes, I just don't know the answer.
So-
Phoebe the best person, or should I not bombard her and there's somebody else?
We can tell you if they've been sent, but she's the best person to ask you if it can get, if Excella can handle it, if it's already in Seminole County Court or whatever, that would probably be the best person, because she's the direct liaison with them. Does that
Okay,
make sense?
Okay,
Okay,
and then the other thing,
We wanted the time,
yeah.
because we're coming up in another month for our.
Right, so
another
what we
assessment,
would
so when do we
probably
wanna
need to
start?
do is have like a motion and a second for how long, what, do you wanna have a guideline about how long they are when they just send them to Excel without even asking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you guys need to kind of set a guideline for us on that. Policy, thank you.
So what's your opinion on that? So if it's due the first,
Right, right.
on the second, they're actually late, then we have a grace period of what, to the 10th, then we get the notice?
I don't like to call it a grace period,
Okay.
because technically it's late.
Yeah,
Quarterly?
It's just, yes, quarterly.
Yeah, quarterly.
So there's a certain number of days that they have before the late fee gets applied.
Yeah, so it's gonna start accruing,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
I would say if it's not due, if you don't receive it by the next quarter, they'd be a punt right into us.
But, so those late
Say it
fees
again?
are charged and Excel gets those late fees.
Correct, so the way,
So we have to send them a 2-week
the way
notice first?
it was explained to us was that once it goes to Excella, Excella keeps all of the late fees and the interest. The only thing we get back are the
When's
assessments.
the NOAA going out?
How are they just turning them over?
Excella would take care of that.
Okay, so we
But-
don't get charged a
so-
NOAA fee.
The way I understand it is the NOLA has to be sent out 30 days before any action can be taken. So the longer you wait for that NOLA to go out, the longer
But so
you,
if we wait, if it's due the 1st of April, if we wait till the next quarter, then we've already incurred fees for NOLAs. And then.
No, you haven't. No, you
No.
don't incur any fee. The only one that's incurred fees at that point is the owner, because it's gonna,
Well, yeah, but we initially put that money out there.
no?
If we wait until the next quarter to
Right.
send them to Excella,
Right.
we have already sent a NOLA out.
No, you're incorrect, that's incorrect,
No?
There is absolutely zero cost to the association. We do the NOLA, the ITL,
Yeah, but doesn't
everything.
the NOLA go out 30 days after?
That's
45
called
days?
the 30-day letter. So first they get a late notice. Then if you guys set it out, like if it's 3-4 months out, whatever you want to wait, right? We'll send the NOLA and the intent to lien. Well, after the NOLA, it should go to Excel in our opinion.
Yeah,
So
That's
you
a
send the
30
NOLA or?
There is zero cost for the NOLA, for any letter.
It was $25, right? You were
No, that
paying.
is not us. That might be Century. There is zero, a past due does not cost the association any money.
Okay.
Zero.
Because that was the thing, is if you were paying $25 for all these
No.
late ones, it was adding up.
We
Do
don't
you send
charge.
the NOLA or Excel sends it?
Excel does. We prefer that they do.
Okay.
But if you said, no, we want you to send the NOLA and then turn them over, we would, but we still wouldn't charge for it. We're trying to get out of that business,
Right.
you know what I mean? We don't
Yeah.
want it, we can't keep up with it, so. But we have, as I sit here, I've never charged a dime to any association for a letter, for a late letter,
So,
ever.
if you don't mind, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, backtracking.
Yes.
But run us through the schedule again. So we're coming up, let's say we're in December of last year, right?
Right.
We're coming up on January 1st, which is the first quarter is due on January 1st. So
Well, it's just.
do the homeowners receive a reminder notice in December
Yeah.
saying, hey, you're,
Yes.
everybody
we-
does?
Right.
So this
Well,
month, people will get a notice that they're due in April?
That's, either they do or they, like, it's either do all of them get it even if they're ACH and that's why they get confused because they're set up on ACH, or can they set it up so,
See if I can-
because we just,
So if they're set up as ACH, like through the portal,
yeah.
they will receive, it's like essentially like a credit card
Yeah.
statement. Whether
So
you're past
you
due or
have
not,
paid.
you're
Here's the
getting
status
a
of your
notice.
account. That's right. Thank you,
Yeah.
Patience.
Okay.
So, but think of it this way. If it's due on the 1st and your docs read that it's, I think you just said it's late the 2nd, right?
Yeah.
The stroke of midnight on the 2nd, the computer, our system is gonna start, generating the interest and the late fees, okay? We can send, after 10 days or whatever, we can send a late notice, hey, we haven't gotten you yet, we haven't received your money, but technically, if yours is due that next day, we can send the 30-day letter then if you wanted to. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once that account's late, you can send them, you have 30 days to get us this money.
Okay.
And they have 30 days, and then if you don't have it, now you got 45 days, that's at 75 days. So if it was me, I mean, how much time do you want to give them? But you have to give them some, right?
Yeah,
So-
but we have to legally give them those 45 days, right?
Right,
Um,
yeah, you do. They have to have 75 before it goes to lien,
To
Oh,
lien.
for a
not
lien.
to
Yeah, oh, for a
collection.
lien.
Yeah,
But the minute, if you guys say to us, we want you to send it to collections on the 2nd, they're gonna get hit with a $400, it's gonna be hard. So you need to give them some, I know you don't like the word, but you need to give them a grace period.
So you send them a reminder letter before it's due.
Yes. If they've prepaid, if it's on an ACH, it's just like, you know, if you have a credit card and you have a zero balance, you still
Right.
get a statement showing what your balance is.
Okay.
Same thing.
But, so everybody
Everybody
gets,
gets that.
everybody gets a reminder
Everybody
statement.
gets that.
Okay, so everybody gets a reminder statement, excuse me,
Yeah.
before it's due, knowing, hey, something's
up.
coming up, a due
Right.
date's coming up. So that's a notice.
Yeah.
Due date comes up, doesn't get paid, you guys can send a reminder or a NOLA. Which one are we talking about?
Either one, we can send a late notice. Technically, though, patients, because they don't have the 10 days, they can get a NOLA, a 30-day letter
I
immediately.
was gonna say, and anytime that there's a due balance, I know that you guys are quarterly, but anytime there's like a balance due still on the account, they'll get monthly reminders
Yes,
to their email.
automatically gets sent to their
Saying, you still have a
email.
balance, please reach out to accounting, blah, blah, blah. But yeah,
So it's not just sitting out there and they don't know it.
yeah,
yeah.
so,
But you have to decide, but the minute it gets sent to collection, they automatically get hit with a fee that they pay, no
Yeah,
cost
we
to the
don't get that.
association. So that's why it's important that you guys decide, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to send it to the first week and 2
No.
or 3, in my opinion. I would do it either 60 days or 90 days. That's my advice.
I think if we give them to them, and it has to be paid before the next quarter.
Yeah. If they hit the next quarter, I would.
Then the next quarter, then they're gone. Because now
And-
they're up, they got the 400 plus our
Exactly.
85 plus the,
And if you set that as your guidelines, we know that by the time the next quarter rolls around and they haven't paid the first one,
For getting rid of collections. I don't know, what do you think?
what do you think, Wendy?
I like the idea of what you said. By the time the next
Yeah,
rolls around, that's plenty of time.
instead they're just paying the other one late and they're still pushing it down the
Yeah.
road, you know?
So they gotta have
One
one,
of the leagues,
yeah.
I'll be right back.
What are you thinking?
No, take your time and think about it.
I don't think you're gonna like what I think.
We should set it out for 30 days.
I think everybody knows that they have to pay assessments, and everybody knows when they're due. South Atlantic is sending a reminder statement before it's due, in case you forgot. You're like, hey, this is coming up. Okay, now it gets due. You don't pay it. Our bylaws state that 15 days after it's past due, they get hit with a $25 late fee. But we need to send them a notice telling them that they will get that $25 late fee. Okay, so you got a reminder before, the due date came by, it went by, now you're getting a reminder statement telling you that you're gonna get hit with the $25 if you don't pay it within 15 days past the due date.
So you're saying, so the 1st, it's due the 1st, the 10th, we could send them they get a reminder by the 10th, again, that they're late. Then on the 15th day, say on the 10th, if you don't pay it, on the 15th day, you're getting a late fee.
Well, technically, the bylaws I'm looking at now,
Yeah.
the bylaws state that if they're 5 days past due, then you can send them the reminder statement saying, hey, you're 5 days past due. If you don't pay it within 15 days past due, in other
So
words,
10
you have
more
another
days.
10 days, you're going to get hit with a $25 late fee. So now they're having two reminders. They got one before it was due, after it was due, telling them that they're going to be hit with the late fee. And then at 30 days past due, they're getting hit with the interest rate. So,
Can I ask,
yes,
why you said the interest applies at the 30 days? Why is that not at the delinquency date?
the interest because the interest is in our covenants, that it states that after 30 days, it's when the interest starts accruing. When we redid our bylaws, we never had a late fee. We only
Right.
had that interest rate,
Right.
which is
Minimal.
10%.
Right, I was gonna say.
No,
it's
18%.
So,
per annum,
When
yeah.
we redid our bylaws, then we said, okay, well, let's add in a late fee, and that's when we added in a
At
late
15
fee
days.
at the 15 days. So the
So-
15 days was technically the grace period.
Okay, so technically you have a delinquency date for the fee and then a delinquency date for the interest.
Yes.
So you have two delinquency dates. So technically, according to the bylaws, it wouldn't become delinquent until the 15th day where they got that late fee, and then again at 30 days when they got the interest applied. Because they.
No, so,
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. There is a difference between the due date and then the delinquency date, and that's why it's very strict about when it can be applied to their ledger.
Right, so our covenants state that anything that's past a due date is delinquent.
Yeah, they don't have 10 days like we're
they
used to.
do.
Right.
What do you mean? Yeah, they do.
But listen,
Okay,
So-
read it to me.
So the documents state that everything is based off of the due date.
right, it's due on the
Once
first.
it's not paid on the due date, it becomes officially delinquent.
Right.
Then all the fees and interest are based off of after the due date.
Right,
So the due date comes around, the account becomes delinquent. 15 days after that due date,
Right.
we can charge a late
Yeah.
fee.
Right.
30 days after that due date, we can charge the interest.
Interest.
But the account is always still delinquent
Right.
after the due date.
it
I
just,
understand.
it's, like I said, it's
Yeah.
very strict about how,
Mhm.
what is the due date, what is the delinquency
Right.
date. So
Correct.
you have your 15 day for the actual
Mhm.
added fee, and then 30 days for the interest.
But you
Correct.
wouldn't want to
Yes.
send I'm not sure what I missed, but you wouldn't want to send an account to collection after 14, 15, 21 days.
If-
That's
if
way
they
too
have
soon.
interest added
Way
on at
too
30.
soon. For many reasons.
I'm looking at, we received one of those letters, we were never late,
Mhm.
but we received one, and of course, I had all the
Yeah.
information to
Right.
get it all
Yes,
erased.
cleared it.
But they, cleared it. And it was sent to us on the 15th, stating that we were being charged $25.
Right.
So, and it was null and void.
Right,
voided
right.
Because
Because it was
didn't say-
incorrect,
yeah, it
but
was incorrect.
It went out
But we-
automatically, though.
On the
the
15th,
point, yeah.
yeah, we never received anything about,
After.
it was due on.
Due date.
Right.
Okay.
In fact, the only thing we ever were getting was just a reminder from our community
Right,
email.
Right.
That, don't forget your
yeah.
things. We never got anything from the management team, that management company that,
You understand, yeah.
So,
So
and we didn't need it. Most people don't need that anyway, but I'm just saying that because of some weird mix-up, we received one, and I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it happens,
But,
I mean,
Right, absolutely.
Mhm.
But we didn't see anything until the 15th. And
So
then it
we
was-
have to put on the 15th that, send them the notice by the 15th, they're gonna be charged the $25, and then 30 days
You
they're
don't
gonna
have to
charge
tell,
interest.
you don't even have to send them a notice that they're gonna, that's in their docs, you know what I mean? So if you don't know
So
that, if you
there's-
don't pay on time, that's your problem.
So that's 1 month.
Mhm.
Well, our docs say that we have to send them a reminder advising them that they're gonna be charged at $25.
Within how much time?
So a written
Well,
notice
that'll
shall be given
auto-
to the
yeah, it's
members
That'll
whose
auto
account
go
are
out
5
anyhow.
days past
Yeah.
due.
That'll automatically go out.
And that's why I was wanting to specify that, because we can put that to be drafted on the letter itself.
Okay.
It's like, it'll be a manual
Right.
pull out of the system.
Right.
And that's why I wanted those specific dates, the 15th for the fee
Right.
and then the 30th for.
The way it was designed,
Mhm.
I helped work on this, was that if it came due and you didn't pay, you had 5 days, and at that 5th day, the letter went out reminding you, hey, if you don't pay within the next 10 days, 15 days past the due date, you're gonna get hit with a $25 late fee. It wasn't designed, like Wendy, for the letter to go out on the 15th day when you're getting hit with it. You were supposed to be go out on the
Reminded you.
5th.
So now you're, so say, say you have 25 owners so now you're paying the postage to send them a letter to make sure that they pay it so they don't get hit with a $25 fee, does that
And I
make
want
any
to say it was
sense?
on the assessment, it wasn't on the regular, it was the assessment
Doesn't
fee
make any
that we
sense.
were being charged that, it wasn't even
Is that a
quarterly.
special assessment?
Yeah, it was a special assessment.
So, I'm thinking, just
Because that's gonna be
timeframe.
different now, correct?
I think if we send them to the collections within a month, it's too soon.
I do too.
I do too.
Way too
yeah.
soon.
Because there's gonna be circumstances, things are
Yeah.
gonna happen, right? I did send, and they could prove that they did and something happened and it's hard to pull it back, I think a month's too soon.
Yeah.
60 days, I would do 60 days.
I responded immediately. Not everyone
Yeah.
responds
Right.
immediately either.
Yeah.
But it's,
So-
that's bam, $400. The
Yeah.
second it goes to collection.
Yeah.
And it's still the late fees are gonna be assessed,
Right.
and then, but we don't get that, but
Yeah, they-
Excel
yeah.
will, Excel will get that.
Right.
Which is same thing when it
So
went to
give them
court.
an opportunity to pay it and maybe get that 25,
Yeah.
I think 60 or 90 is what I would advise.
Yeah, I think the 30 is too good.
18%.
Thirty's too
And
soon.
then $25.
How come I can't focus
I
on
think we'll
that?
get it, it just,
How,
I think once.
in
we get
general,
into
how
close,
long
it's
does
gonna
Excel take to
They're pretty
recoup?
effective. They're very effective. I had a condo in Daytona Beach Shores that owed like almost $50,000, right? It was like 8 months of HOA fees and special assessments, letters and threatening. We even had an attorney send them a letter. We sent it to Excel. The guy paid within 10 days. I don't know how, but it worked. We didn't ask. We didn't care.
They,
It was very effective.
Yeah.
Excel is pretty, so they have 7 outreaches that they can do. And they will record every single outreach that they do. You can listen to the phone calls. They actually now have included texting. So when they get a hold of that person's number, they'll send them a quick link where it's like, here, just go on here and pay. So that's really effective too, because a lot of people just like having it at their fingertips, be done with it. Once it gets to the collection agency, I think a lot of people are like, oh, you know, they're not.
They mean business.
Yeah, they're not just letting it go. So, so yeah, but they've been, I mean, we see checks come in weekly,
Yeah.
so.
I think the 60 days, it gives somebody time, if something happened.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
gives somebody
yeah.
a little bit of leeway themselves without
Yeah.
incurring another bill. If they pay the late fees,
You don't
Without
have
going
a
Excel, we get
huge,
them.
a big problem either, do you?
The
Usually the same
accounts the large accounts that are past due, the large numbers that are past due, they've gotten that way for a reason,
Yeah.
because
They're not being gone
because there
after.
wasn't a system,
Right,
or there
right.
wasn't, so that's
It
why,
wasn't being followed.
yeah, so that's why I guess me personally, I'm very partial towards, let's get a system,
Yeah,
steps, you know, and
But
gates
we-
or whatever,
yeah.
and stick to it so
We
it
have
doesn't
our-
fall through the
we have
cracks.
our first system, it's not gonna change our 10 days, 15 days. And the late fee, if they pay that within 60 days, we get those late fees, and it doesn't go to, what do you call it? But then if they don't pay it, we can send them to collections on the 61st day, and then they're, you know what I mean?
It's
I
like the
think that gives them a little bit of leeway, and then we
Yeah.
get it, you know, hey,
Yeah.
you screwed up and you owe us, you know, the late fee plus interest plus the, I don't know, 60 to 90 days, I think is,
that, I agree.
I think it's, 30 days after is pretty tough,
Yeah.
you know, if you're out.
Because,
I'd be-
especially since you're quarterly.
Yeah,
You're not monthly. 30 days would even be tight for a monthly fee, in my opinion.
yeah.
I'd be
60.
okay with 60. I think if waiting until the next quarter comes due, now you have the previous quarter plus this one that's coming
Yeah.
due.
And then
I'd
hopefully
be
Excel
okay
will get
with
us the,
60.
within that, for that third month, they'll get us the money.
So you want to make it 60 for now? We can change it.
I'd be
We can
okay
always-
with 60 and reevaluate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Agreed.
So do we need a motion and a second for 60, when again, we can change this in the future? Okay.
all right.
I'll make a
I'm-
motion.
Make the motion, okay. Because we have to put it in the minutes as a policy.
Second.
Okay, perfect,
60
All in
day
favor?
threshold.
Aye.
perfect. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I just think that way, if it does, we get our late fees,
Yeah, you
For
could
2
still
months.
coop them if,
2
yeah.
months, we get to keep them at that point. The third month, we send it off to Excellus. and
Exactly.
then-
And I'm sorry, and there, just to comply with the bylaws, and there'll be a reminder notice about the $25 late fee sent out 5 days.
Right, that we can send out a reminder and patients, so we can add the verbiage about the 25,
Okay.
which is, that's what she's writing down, all that.
Yeah, I just don't want
Yeah,
anybody
we can
to come back and
customize that
say-
notice any way we want.
Well,
It's pretty smart. I've actually had an association that recently just amended their docs to add it.
yeah,
Okay.
well, we got to amend one,
Yeah.
another one going down.
Having
All right,
you
sign
drop the
repair.
paragraph over
Ariel
to the-
went and bought the material
Sure it's-
and fixed the sign that was
Yeah.
down. It looks really good. And then while he was there, he also cleaned the
Nice.
one across the way that was getting
We'll
moldy.
send you a draft of the letter to review. We'll send you a draft of the.
Oh,
Okay.
appreciate it.
Sorry, sorry, Linda.
It's okay. So that sign was repaired and it looks good. Thank you, Ariel, for your
Oh, no
time and your talents
Effort.
to do that.
Yeah.
And that was, it was a heavy sign. I don't know how you.
You did it all by yourself? Oh my.
It was a heavy sign.
Joe.
No, I mean, the only thing I'll say about that is, and I think we all know this, but
They need to be.
the signs are on their last leg. I mean,
They
they're
are.
literally on their last leg. They're being held up by Band-Aids. The original plan, the sign is made up by individual planks. The original, and on the back, they're all attached with like a vertical
Support.
1x2 or, yeah, board. The original plan was to go ahead and I was wanting to remove those vertical boards and then put in a new one to attach all the planks to. The hardware is so rusted that I didn't even want to mess with it for fear of breaking the actual planks of the sign. So those vertical boards that are holding up the actual sign, they're rotted, the water's going to keep coming in from the top and pooling at the top. It's going to end up falling apart. But yeah, they're on their
Something
last.
to look at
Go
down the road.
across the street to Harborside.
Mhm.
I went over there one day and I liked what that was made of, and if we get see what that's made of, see where we could get it. Then we could put those poles across to our, like we're talking, and put that on there, I think.
You have enough
Because
reserves
these
for
wood
signs?
ones are too heavy.
Yeah.
Signs are expensive. Yeah.
We've set up reserves, but
There's nothing in
we
there.
don't have money left over
Yeah.
to
Okay.
transfer to the
I see.
reserves.
Okay. Yeah.
So is this just kind of a initial conversation about what needs to be done then? Okay.
Well, the conversation about the sign has been,
We've
it
been
has been going on for a few years. It's just,
And we've been trying to, had to repair a year ago.
Yeah.
I
Can you
repaired
ask
one.
that association you were just talking about who did their signs? Can we get
Yeah,
them?
we're gonna try to figure it
Okay,
out,
all right.
yeah. Back to the collections, the special assessment, how are we gonna do that one?
That's handled the same way, so if it goes 60 days past due, it can go to collection.
Okay.
Yep.
For $6.85.
They
Oh,
hit me
that's
with
crazy.
$25
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
on the 685, yeah.
so yeah,
Came up with that amount, I mean, that's just crazy.
it was,
Sorry.
it was the 411 divided, because people didn't
Yes.
wanna do it. People didn't wanna do the
Yeah.
special
so,
assessment.
I was on the board back then,
Yeah, sorry.
and, no, that's-
Yeah. $7.
the thing was, it was
It's less than $1 a
$411,
day.
and a lot of the comments that started going around the board, the table, were, well, how are people gonna pay for it, how are people gonna pay for it? Even the thought of getting a loan, because we needed to do the repair, we had a big gaping hole in the middle of common area. Just the conversation of going for a bank loan to be able to do the work now and then pay for it later, just.
But this was a 5-year assessment?
So,
Yeah.
the best thing that we could come up with was, it was gonna be a 5-year loan. So,
Actually, I
okay.
think it originally started 10 years.
Yes.
We cut it to 5.
Yeah. So the best thing we could come up with is, okay, how can we go ahead and make this as easy of a pill to swallow for everybody and to get it past the board and then get it approved by
Make
everybody?
it $7, how often?
It was it was
month.
$411
Yeah.
payable over 5
5
years,
years.
which ended up being $6.85 a month. And we tried to make it as
Palatable.
you really had to come up with a good excuse to be able to
Not
just
to
say,
say.
I can't pay $6.85 a month. So it was just a way to try to get it
I gotcha.
done.
All right, so we'll
All
do
right.
the same thing for the
I-
special assessment.
Looking in hindsight,
Okay.
I agree with
Yeah.
you. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, speaking with signs, we have those posted signs around the lake, no swimming or wading. One came down during the hurricane, it's been sitting there on that pad. I asked Jack, because we put the signs up before, did we buy those posts, or where, I don't remember where I got the posts. So I wanna try to find the posts, so if I do that, I can't believe they would be more than $20 or whatever.
For
So,
a wooden
Yeah.
the
post.
sign
post, no,
post.
it's a metal post with like a thing on it, that the sign sits in the ground, it's
You get them at
green.
Home Depot, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
so if we get that,
Yeah.
would.
Just turn in a
everybody-
receipt
or
for it.
reimburse me for it,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
So that was along with the sign. All right, so then new
Yeah,
business.
sprinkler
the
repair
sprinkler-
estimate.
Yeah, you do?
You want us to get you one,
Yes,
right?
yep.
You know who to call? Okay. No
Okay.
problem.
So also, because that came along with the lawn
Yeah.
maintenance, so we want to see if,
Yeah,
because they're
so,
not really doing it, right?
yeah, I had a conversation with him, but I'm trying to ease into this with this guy. That's why I'm not, so he supposedly assessed the sprinklers, but trust me, we will get your sprinklers assessed.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
He
don't-
go
was
ahead.
supposed to give us a report, remember, on the sprinklers,
Yeah.
whether, you know.
I've never got reports yet.
So the estimates, do you know which estimates we're talking about? What we're talking?
We want
what
to have the
we're-
whole system checked out, don't you want to have the whole system checked out?
Well, so, back in January, the gentleman from law enforcement, Linda was on vacation. I went and I spoke with him, and he said, the sprinklers in the front aren't working. There's a sprinkler pump relay that's not working. Okay. And we went over to the Saul's entrance, and he says, well, the pump is working here, but it's not sucking up water from the well. So he said, you might need a new well.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
don't
say,
know.
if
He's-
that pump's running, it's gonna burn up.
So he said, I'll get you, I said, okay, get us estimates for both.
He didn't.
He didn't. Never heard anything back. Now, about a week ago, I drive out of the Madeline entrance and the sprinklers are working.
That's good.
So I was heading out to work, so a
He
couple
was
of days.
thinking, what'd he do, fix them?
So a couple of days ago, I went by, I test them out. Sure enough, the Madeline entrance is working, but there's a whole bunch of sprinkler heads that are busted up. I took pictures and I think I sent you an email.
Yeah.
And I think you responded back saying that law enforcement said that they had fixed it,
Yeah,
but
he
we
said
had never told them to fix it.
Yeah.
We requested
But
an
we didn't, he
estimate.
didn't bill it either, though.
So I don't know what's going on.
We'll work on it, let us work, give us another little bit of time on that.
Okay. All right.
We'll assess what he did, what he, you know, I'll take, because I gotta call him about the trees on the house. Okay.
Yes, it's one
I'll
on
be
there.
okay, check tomorrow.
And then the no soliciting signs?
Right, I called the city, and Port Orange does not do it. This is what South Daytona does. They actually put it on their stop signs, the no soliciting without a, do
And
not knock, yeah. do
One of
not-
our entrances goes out there where that sign is.
Right.
And we had, the other lady that was here last month, she wanted the no soliciting
Right.
signs, but.
They're on
So
the,
see, they
you can
even,
order
they've
some.
got
They
it
can order
posted,
your
this
sign.
is South Daytona though.
Right.
We
Then
can't
what-
put them on the city signs.
Signs, you can put, only put them
but
on
they
your
said
private
that we can
signs.
put it on
Yeah,
Or
common area.
Can't put it on common area.
do you want us to get you some of those?
Is there a
Well, we
fee for
don't have a-
those? I mean,
we
we
don't
Can we
have
don't,
a-
order them on Amazon?
Yeah.
We don't have a place to put them,
Oh,
I don't
yeah, that's the
believe.
thing, I mean,
Hey, when you're there tomorrow, see if there's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or we could find like,
Well, we,
The steak
we
ones.
might need a
Yeah, I
sign
mean,
too
some of
that
them are-
says you need to pick up after your dog, because some people, it was funny, because after you sent that text to us, I was on George Hecker, and somebody picked up after the dog and dropped the bag right there on the sidewalk. But
That's
we're
nice.
getting some of that in our neighborhood and not picking up after their dogs and not, and then actually going on the grass and not on the curb, between the curb and the grass.
I think a lot of times the bags are, people just forget, they've just started their walk, I've seen it.
And they think they'll pick it up on the way
And so they
back,
leave it because they're
Yeah.
going for a really long walk,
and they'll get it on the way
and they'll
back.
get it, and then
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah, it's not always with malice, yeah, that's true.
yeah, no, I don't think it is. I mean, I've seen it in parks where you
Yeah.
just leave the bag in the trash, is like
I know.
right there
So-
too.
so let's-
So I think
yeah.
it's, yeah.
So to be clear, you want us to get you some ideas about solicitation signs and no solicitation, I guess I should say, signs.
Well,
Soliciting or
the
curbing
thing
your
is,
dogs.
the solicitation signs, if they have a permit, because I didn't see it written on that,
Yeah.
on their signs, because the woman told me that, you
You
know,
can't refuse them, yeah,
right, but it would definitely just,
yeah. Will
they
it-
won't come down our streets.
Will
'cause
it? Yeah, not
They
really.
could, but they
They
just have
do.
to offer it to you.
Right,
to
I mean,
show
the easiest thing is just put up a sign on your house.
Yeah.
No
And
soliciting.
that's what
On
we,
your door.
that's what I.
And then you don't have, you don't turn into signs, you don't.
Right,
Yeah.
because they don't
I
have them
agree.
on every stop sign
Yeah.
in South Daytona, because I walk over,
Yeah,
they just put it on the main entrances. It's, I mean,
But we're gonna get them no matter what.
Yeah,
You just get
100%.
'em.
Yeah.
They just don't stop.
So-
And Port Orange isn't being proactive, so if you get it, it's just wasted, to me, put it on
Right.
your own house.
right, yeah, from
Right.
Port Orange is not interested in
No.
doing
They're not
anything
helping
like
us.
that. So,
I don't think that's anymore.
all right, any owner comments? Okay, nothing.
I have one comment. The annual meeting, do we want to go ahead and the location,
Oh, yeah, we're gonna forget that now.
keep thinking about that? I went by the rec and they've got a meeting room there for $30 an hour, if you guys want to do that.
we had a
What
meeting
does
there
that
once
mean,
before,
We
right?
had a
The rec
different room,
is,
this is a different
Port
room.
Orange is, actually it's
And that was
right across the
$50,
lake.
I think.
Okay, so this one's
It's
30.
Okay, in the
library's
city
now
center.
50.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
An
It's right
hour.
there.
Do you have a day picked out? It's on, was it
It's
on
the
that
first-
meeting list?
Yeah, I think it's the
It has
first
to be the
week
first
in
Saturday in
October.
October.
Okay, oh my goodness, okay, we got.
Right, but we, yeah.
It'll be October
What is it,
4th
March?
this year.
Mhm.
Would be
October
October 4th.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
I think we're good. Meeting adjourned at,
So we're,
Seven,
you don't
because
want
I'm
to
gonna do
discuss
it.
that?
oh, what? I'm sorry,
Meeting room.
the meeting room.
Do we
yeah.
want to, what else are we gonna, I mean, other than in our common area outside
In October.
in October,
Which
which
is
we've
hit or
done
miss.
before.
We've done it, but it's hit or miss.
I just thought I'd bring
$30
it up. if we
an
s-
hour is not bad.
No,
Yeah.
how many people can fit in there?
What was it, what'd he say? Probably about 20, 24. And anybody that comes to the meeting, they have full, during the time that you have the room reserved, you have full access to the rec. So if parents
Yeah.
want to come in with their kids, they've got the video game room there, they've got the basketball
Oh my God, don't tell
court
them
there.
that. How many people
Whatever
came to your
brings-
last annual meeting? I'm joking.
I don't know, about 10.
Yeah, I
Roughly
mean,
10.
But the couple ones
Counting
before
us.
that, we had,
40. You just don't know, right?
The one before that, hardly anyone. The biggest one I
well, no,
saw
because
was the
that
one
one was,
outside.
'cause we had the one that was,
Can't you have it
we
here?
had storms and
Why
stuff.
can't you have it in
We
here?
did last year, not
There?
last year.
Yeah.
The year
On a
before we had
Saturday,
it.
I don't
in
know.
Oh, on a Saturday.
It's a
We
Saturday.
did have it in here, we had to switch it because of one of the storms, so we did have it in here.
Richard brought the
But the
wrong
library
laptop
was-
from the
I don't
kitchen. My back one. His guy.
Hey,
Um,
reserve it and see what. then
Yeah.
goes,
I'm okay
you
with
know?
it.
All right, let's
For
reserve
30.
that for 2 hours.
Do you have a contact person? Do you-
Yeah.
that I-
Yeah,
Did you want to take care of it, or you want me to take care of
however
it?
you want. You want me to take care of it, I can take care of it.
Okay.
You want it for 2 hours?
2 hours.
We don't have to set it up, do we? Like we did the library, because that gave us an extra half.
No, there's tables and chairs in there. I'll ask,
Okay.
but
2
worst
hours
case
is
scenario, you
good.
move around a table. and chair.
Oh, we should be more than
Plenty.
good.
If you can do it in half an hour increments, do an hour and a half.
If we get it done within the hour.
Yeah, that's
we
what I'm
get a,
saying. Probably
you know,
not.
If we book
don't
it for
think
2.
They'll say no because they'll go, we could have rented it and we didn't.
Okay, so,
That's why I said see if there's half an hour increments after an hour.
Hey, I think we can swing
Yeah,
60 bucks.
Yeah, you can.
$2, yeah.
all right.
All right.
Yeah. It's
I'll make
only
a
10 hours
motion.
more than 1 hour.
Or do we need a motion?
You don't need a motion. Add for
So you're
60
gonna
bucks.
take care of that?
Yeah.
All right.
Me too.
Cool. All right, meeting adjourned at 7:03.
Thank y'all.